My name is Danielle.
My name is Cassidy.
We love you, Glama!
Oh, I love you too, Glama girls. Hi everyone, Glama here. Welcome back to Made with Love by Glama, where everything here is always made and taught by me with love. So today we are going to be making this right here, Glama's messy bun hat. My version of it. I thought I would jump on the bandwagon since everybody's been making these messy bun hats, and I know you haven't seen a video from me in a long time, so I thought I would make my version of it. So yay, this is it. And I made two of them. As you know, I've been kind of uploading little sneak peeks. The first one that I made has a smaller hole, and we'll make this hat later, okay? But first I thought I would start off with this one and get this up for y'all. And I made it in Seahawks colors, of course, because that's where I came from, Seattle, Washington area. So yeah, go Seahawks! So yeah, I love this. I'm not a hat person, so I'm probably going to give this one to my Glama girl Danielle, who's 11, and I'll probably give this one to Cassidy because she wears ponytails, and Danielle wears the messy buns like this. So yeah, alrighty, this is what we are going to be making, alright? And then after this video, this will be the next one. And then I have a third messy bun hat in mind, so I might end up doing that too. Alrighty guys, so I will let you know what you'll be needing for this tutorial. Alrighty, I love you. Enjoy! So to get started, this is what you'll be needing. Yarn, a 5.0 millimeter hook, also known as H, a pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle. Okay, so this is the hat that we're making, the one that you saw me try on at the beginning. This is the one with the bigger hole right here. And this is the ponytail messy bun hat that we'll do next in the next tutorial. But first we're going to be doing this one. Okay, of course I used Seahawks colors. And the yarn that I'm using is Red Heart with Love. It's really soft. So I used a 5.0 millimeter hook, also known as H, in American sizes. If you're making this for a bigger person, you can use a bigger hook. If you're making it for a smaller person, you can use a smaller hook. Okay, so to get started, we are going to make a slip knot. Okay, and for my particular hat, I chained 48. I would suggest chaining in multiples of 2, whether you're going up a size or down a size. Okay, so meet me back here when you've got 48 chains. Okay, so I've got my 48 chains, and I'm going to be careful not to twist it. Rather than slip stitching it this way, I'm going to slip stitch it this way so that it ends up not twisted in the end. So I'm going to go into the very first chain that I made, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, closing that and making a ring. Okay, so right here is where we just slip stitched into that first chain. I want to chain up 2 because we're going to be making double crochets. So for double crochets, we usually chain up 3, but this first chain right here is going to be a filler stitch or a filler chain. So I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go right back into that same chain that we just slip stitched, because like I said, this isn't going to be our double crochet, that's going to be our filler. So let's go right back in there and make a double crochet. The reason I like to make my filler chains shorter than normal instead of 3 is because when I come over here with double crochets and I want to slip stitch it into the first double crochet, this will be shorter and it'll be a nice seamless effect here. If I were to chain 3, it would kind of pop out a little bit and you would see, and it wouldn't be as seamless. So what I want you to do now is I want you to double crochet into each chain, okay? So you should have 48 double crochets plus that very first chain 2 filler stitch. Okay, so go ahead and double crochet all the way around. Okay, so I am almost at the end. I have one more stitch to go. I have 47 double crochets. Here's my 48th one. Okay, and so now we are going to join, and we're going to skip the 2 chains right there, the filler chains, and we're going to go into the very first double crochet that we made, and we're going to slip stitch. Okay, and now we are going to chain 2 again, 1 and 2. There's our filler chain. Okay, because you see, that's why I'm calling it a filler chain. Not everyone does that. And if you wouldn't do that, you would have a big hole right there where you joined your last stitch to your first one. So I like to do a filler chain in the middle so that it's nice and seamless. Oh, and I don't know if I told you in the beginning, I might have mentioned it, don't know, but the tail that we had after making our chain, I went ahead and incorporated it as I was making these double crochets right there. All right, so now that we've chained 2, we're going to make this an increase row. So we're going to go right back into that space right there, and we're going to put 2 double crochets in there. So there's going to be 2 double crochets and that filler chain, okay? So let's put 2 double crochets in here. There's 1, and there's 2. Okay. And so when we come back around, we're going to ignore that chain and we're going to go into the very first double crochet that we made to join. Okay, so now that we have our 2 double crochets, we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next chain, or into the next stitch, I should say. And now we're going to put 2 double crochets. Okay. And now 1 into the next stitch, 2 into the next stitch, and there's our pattern, there's our sequence, okay? All the way around, that's what you're going to do. We put 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2, and just continue that pattern all the way till you get to this side, and I'll meet you here. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of the second row, and I just double crocheted 1, and now I'm going to put 2 into the next stitch. There's 1. Here's my second one. And now 1 into the very last one, which comes out perfect because we were doing the 2, 1, 2, 1 sequence, and so it continues over here at the end. 2, 1. Which then will continue on to the very first one, 2. Okay, and that chain doesn't matter. That's our filler, remember? Okay, so now that we're done, we're going to ignore the 2 chains, go into the very first double crochet stitch, pull up a loop, slip stitch, and now we're going to chain 2, making our filler chain again. So basically that chain doesn't matter. We're going to act like it's not there. It's just acting as a filler. See? See how nice and seamless it was? Alrighty. Alright, so now we are done with our increase row. We only did 1. We're not going to do any more increase rows. If you're making this for a big burly man, which I don't think you will. Well, there are men that wear messy buns, so maybe if you're doing this for a big burly man, you might want to do another row of increases, but I don't think you'll need it for your average sized woman. This hat right here, I have a small head and it fits me a little bit loose, so I think this would fit most women. And messy hat beanies or whatever, messy bun beanie hats are supposed to fit a little snug. So anyway, now we're just going to put 1 double crochet into each stitch. But like I said, that's our filler chain, so we're going right back in there and putting our 1 double crochet. And now we're just going to put 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. All right. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of this row, the third row, and we're going to ignore the 2 chains, go into the very first double crochet that we made, make a slip stitch, and we're going to chain up 2, 1, 2. That's our filler. See, and I love to do fillers. I know I keep talking about it, but if you just joined the first one and the last one together with a slip stitch, there'd be a little space there. So I love making a filler stitch or a filler chain. Okay, so now we are going to start row 4. We're going to put another single or double crochet into that space, and we're going to repeat row 3. 1 double crochet into each stitch, all right? And I'm going to do this until I have 9 rows. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to meet you back here at the end of my 9th row. Alrighty, so that's pretty much all you're going to do. Alrighty guys, have fun. I will see y'all at the end of my row 9. Okay, so I have 1 more stitch to go. And then we're going to slip stitch, ignore the 2 chains, slip stitch into here, chain up 2, and now we're going to do something a little different, okay? We're going to do this right here. We're going to do that ribbed stitch look, okay? So what we're going to do for this is we are going to do front post, back post, but we're not really going to pick up posts on this first row of the ribbing, okay? We're going to go right into here. See, we're going to pick that up. Usually you pick up the whole post. We're not going to do that till the next row. Okay, so what I want you to do, so basically you're going right underneath the V's, okay? So go ahead and yarn over, go down, and then up, yarn over, and now just finish your double crochet. Okay, so that was basically front post. Now we're going to yarn over, and right there where we just went downward, now we're going to go upward right there and push that back and finish our double crochet. So that's basically your back post. Okay, let's do that one more time. Yarn over, gonna go right back into there, there, and there. Lift it forward, yarn over, and finish your double crochet. Whoops, just dropped it. There you go. Okay, yarn over, and now right there, we're gonna go right back into that, and we're gonna push that back and finish our double crochet. Okay, so do that, alternate with that, front post, back post, all the way till you get back around this way, and I'll meet you there, okay? Okay, so I'm reaching the end. I did a front post, back post, and now I'm supposed to do a front post and then a back post, but I want to show you something. Because we've been using that filler chain, it would look like front post, back post, and that filler chain would look like it's a back post as well. So if you're not going to like that look, let me show you what that would look like. Hold on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's front post. Here's back post. And then we would slip stitch right here. And you see that kind of looks like front post, back post, front post. And I'm not crazy about that look. So what I propose you do is after you do your back post, grab those two and make it a front post. So grab that one. Normally you would go up, stay back there, grab that other one, and finish your double crochet. And it looks awesome. Ignore the chain, go into the first double crochet with a slip stitch, and there we go. Now it looks uniform. Front, back, front, back, front. Okay? All right, now chain 2. Now if you ended up being able to do it the right way and not, instead of grabbing 2 like that, maybe I goofed somewhere and added an extra stitch, and maybe that's why I had to do that. I don't know. So you can let me know down below in the comments if you didn't have to grab 2 stitches in order to make it look uniform. Which if you tell me that, that means then that I goofed and added an extra stitch somewhere down along the way, which I don't think so, but you never know. Okay, so now for the next, I think maybe 3 rows, let me think, 1, 2, yeah, probably the next 3 rows, we're going to repeat this row right here. So now that we've chained 2, we're going to yarn over, and now we are going to pick up the whole post, okay? We're not going to go in back here under the V. Now we're going to pick up the whole post right there, okay? Excuse me, I had to turn the camera off because I had to sneeze. All right, so yarn over, pick up the whole post, and finish your double crochet. Yarn over, go behind and pick up that post, and finish your double crochet. Okay, so it's really obvious where you have to do front post, and it's really obvious where you have to do back post, because now this is really poked up, pushed up where you can see it. And this one is really hidden back there, so don't miss any back posts because they do tend to kind of hide. All right, so just go ahead and alternate that all the way to the end. Okay, so here I am close to the end of this row, and it worked out perfect. Here's the front post. And you can hear my Glama baby. And the chain 2 makes it look like that's a back post. Slip stitch, chain 2, and there we go, yay! All right, so do the same thing, yarn over, pick up that front post, finish off your double crochet, yarn over, push back that back post even further, finish your double crochet, and do that all the way around. I'll see you at the end. Okay, so this is the last stitch of this row. Here's my last front post. Okay, and then go to the first front post that we made, slip stitch, and for me, I really don't need to do another row because I have a small head, so that's actually good enough. But like I said, I am very petite. I'm the size of a 12-year-old, so I have a tiny head too. But for everyone else that has an average size head, we're going to go ahead and chain up 2 after we make our slip stitch. Here's 1 and 2. Yarn over. We're going to do 1 more row for all you average size people, not munchkins like me. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Now do a back post, front post, all the way around. I'll see you at the end. Okay, so I'm almost finished with this row. Here's my last back post and my last front post. And whoops, we're done. Don't have to yarn over. Now we're going to slip stitch, chain 1, and you are finished, unless you need to make more rows for yourself. I'm going to stop there and leave a short tail, pull that through, snug that down, and now I'm going to weave this in, and we are finished. Yay! So go ahead, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat, and grab your tapestry needle. And just thread that. And let's do this. You can weave it in however you want, wherever you want. I'm going to weave mine going downward. Like so. Go back up. And then I'm going to go down and finish it off down there. Whoops. That's it. That's as simple as it is. Then just cut it right there and you are finished. Yay! Here is our messy bun hat, and this is the seam right here. Look at how flawless that looks because we were using the the filler chain. That's why I love to do it, because it looks seamless. That could be why at the over here when we were doing the front post back post though, that I had to grab 2 stitches in order to make it uniform, to make the sequence uniform, but it was worth it to me to have to do that, to have a nice seam there. Like I said, it was either because of that filler stitch or because I accidentally added another stitch somewhere along the way. So let me know if you had to do what I did and grab 2 stitches in order to make it look uniform. 2 stitches when you did the front post, or if yours came out perfect. And if yours came out perfect without having to grab those 2 stitches to make that front post, then that means I added a stitch somewhere along the way that I shouldn't have. But I was going to also say you can either get yourself a flower. This is a pin right here. See, that pins on. You can get yourself a flower like that at Joann's, Walmart, wherever, or you can make yourself a bow. I think I'm going to make a bow for mine. So yeah, I have tutorials on my channel, especially if I have a hat. I think I called it Glama's bow hat or something like that, where I actually show you how to make the hat and then I show you how to make the bow. So you can go ahead and look at that. I'm sure it's in my playlist somewhere under hats, winter hats or something. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to make a bow, attach it, and then I will try it on and say goodbye to y'all. Alrighty. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like. This is the one we just made in the tutorial. I love it, and I probably could have made, like I said, 1 row less because it is a little bunched up. So it actually goes down to here on me, but I wanted to make it for an average size head. Like I said, I have a tiny head. Alright, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget how much I love you. Don't forget to love yourselves and everyone you come in contact with. Alrighty guys, bye! Mwah!
Thank you for watching our Glama's channel.